Being under the spotlight all the time, you develop a knack for firing back, be it with humor or simply putting a disrespectful interviewer in their place. Get ready for the greatest celebrity comebacks of all time.
Because I grew up in Albuquerque, was there any cool places, anything that you liked being there? Like, how was it? Because it's my hometown. So I want to know, how'd you like it?
Yeah, I'd go and visit your mother once in a while.
Oh, that was a little mean.
That's...
I have no more campaigns to run. My only agenda, I know because I won both of them.
By now, I'm sure we all know America is no ordinary country. How many times do you see a nation's leader roasted on a comedy show?
Donald Trump, you are known for your terrible haircut, and now I can see why. Your hair sucks. You look like Justin Bieber caught on fire.
A piece of advice, my greasy friend. You don't need to put all of that product in your hair. You just don't. Look how great my hair looks, and I don't use anything, and it looks very good. What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion in the bank.
And now for one of the coldest British comebacks in talk show history.
Love maps.
I love globes, actually.
Yeah.
I do, because you can never remember where all the countries are, so it's always fun to discover a new one.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't know Nicaragua was right next to Costa Rica. Have you guys ever heard of Nicaragua?
Yeah, because we schooled in England, so...
That's
Josh, let me go your fear. What are you afraid of?
Well, I was going to go with flying, but I think I'll go with...
Girls over 12?
The last minute of my life, I wouldn't have predicted that.
It was the Dora poem.
Don't try and justify it. Do you know what? I've always hated the Hulk. He's
Don't make him angry.
Yeah, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, Ruffalo.
When you're as successful as Taylor Swift has been in the music industry, it's not that hard to come up with a comeback.
Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Taylor. I'm from Nashville.
Nashville. Taylor, what do you do for a living in Nashville?
I'm a singer.
Ha! Of course you are. A singer. Whatever. I guess if you're a singer and you live in Nashville, you're probably a songwriter too.
Yeah, and I have 6 Grammys too.
Hey, come on. Can you read?
This is really cool. Can I read?
Yeah, can you?
Can you host?
Yes.
Let's be real. There's a Howard in all of us. He just usually arrives when the argument is over.
Howard,
Anne.
are you more interesting than you look?
It's all in the mind, eye of the beholder, Anne.
What do you do?
I'm a business development manager for a large bank in the Northeast.
Okay. Tell me if there's anything interesting about your job.
Absolutely not. No. It's interesting to me, but I'm sure that it would probably go right over your head.
Okay, you're always very quick, are you, Howard?
In some things, yes. In other things, I like to take my time, if you know what I mean.
I've absolutely no idea what you mean. What do you mean?
Somehow, I don't doubt that.
Known to be the host for The Common Man, Ricky Gervais says what we're all thinking about celebrities. While they usually take it in stride, in this monologue, he really tests the limits of getting fired.
Jennifer Lawrence made the news when she demanded equal pay for women in Hollywood, and she received, overwhelming support from people everywhere. There were marches on the street with nurses and factory workers saying, how the hell can a 25-year-old live on 52 million? This is... There were plumbers around the world going, poor girl in town, what the hell?
I have to know, what is it like to be the last black president?
Seriously? What's it like for this to be the last time you ever talked to a president?
It must kind of stink, though, that you can't run, 3 times,
No, actually, I think it's a good idea. If I ran a third time, it'd be sort of like doing a third Hangover movie. Didn't really work out very well, did it? For example, the one with Bradley Cooper, that was a great
Bradley Cooper, yeah, everybody loves
He kind of carried that movie, didn't he?
Which film are you speaking of?
Those Hangover movies. Basically, he carried them.
Yeah, everybody loves Bradley. Good for him.
Good-looking guy.
Being like that in Hollywood, that's easy. Tall, handsome, that's easy. Be short, fat, and smell like Doritos and try to make it in Hollywood.
Let's just say it's pretty bold of Margot to sit within slapping distance of Will Smith.
You were the worst looking cast member in I Am Legend.
Yeah, it was me, zombies, and
You
a
and
dog.
zombies and a dog.
And a dog. And I was the worst looking. All right.
You were the worst looking.
Okay. The only reason that you're saying that is because you know I slept with your mother.
Yeah, well, she didn't even bother to call you back. She thought your nickname was Big Willie, but turns out she felt so misled by that nickname.
Now sit back for the most creative British insult you'll ever hear in your life.
So that means then that we then thank the Mayor for his attendance because the Assembly members have decided they have no questions to put to you.
Are you saying they're abdicating their duty to scrutinise me? Are you saying they haven't the guts to put questions to me? Great supine protoplasmic invertebrate jellies.
You've stated that you believe there could be an infinite number of parallel universes. Does that mean that there is a universe out there where I am smarter than you?
Yes, and also a universe where you're funny.
Okay, all right. Look, if you're so smart, what number am I thinking
13.
It was 13. I was thinking of 13.
I need to watch this movie.
You haven't seen Spider-Man Homecoming? I haven't seen the Falcon. Oh no, there isn't one. Sorry.
Getting humiliated on his own show was never an option for Conan O'Brien.
But there's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan, and you went to Harvard and you should know that.
I keep a dictionary down here and I just found it. Just want to look at... Oh, what the hell? Look right here. Snuck, past and past part of sneak.
Though many think it's a Gen Z thing, cancel culture goes way back. But Jerry Seinfeld had zero tolerance for it since day one.
Lasted how long?
9 years, 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did. So.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Is this still
CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But, yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Okay.
75 million viewers last episode.
Boy, you don't take it so bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you have a scene where you and him embrace?
Yeah, lots of making out.
Oh, for God's sake.
Nothing but making out.
All right.
It's like 9.5 weeks, but Carrot Top. Basically what we were doing.
Wow! I gotta check out that movie.
Is it called 9.5 Seconds? It's like he's premature ejaculator.
We got it.
What's the movie gonna be called? Really?
I know what it's gonna be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
And then
there's this 2-hour season finale of Melrose Place. There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Get to walk down the street and people like, oh, that's Kevin. Hey, what's up? While me, I'm bombarded. I'm suffocated. You understand what I'm saying? I have no peace of mind. People might walk up to you occasionally and they might want to just take a picture with you and say, congratulations, great work. With me, they want to debate. My life is harder.
Well, Stephen, here's what I want you to realize. A, you're lying. Nobody comes up to you. Okay? Stephen A. Smith does not have one fan. Not one. There's never been a request for a picture. There's never been a request for a debate.
Sofia Vergara, has anyone checked for a penis? These are from the internet.
For sure better than yours.
You're a poor man's Mike Myers. You're so old, when you were a kid, rainbows were black and white. That doesn't sound very original.
Okay, I've gotta say, being compared to a beanbag is pretty wild.
Your body ain't that good when you can just walk around without your shirt off.
First of all,
you to know
if
that.
we're ever going to talk about bodies, I want you not to be the one to bring that conversation up. All right? If you don't get out of here shaped like a beanbag that got sat in.
Now look, Kevin's from Philadelphia, right? Just like Bill Cosby. And just like Bill Cosby, women can't tell when Kevin's inside of them.
My man Snoop Dogg is here. There he is. Yeah.
Snoop used to call himself the D-O-double-G. That's right, the dog. Right, Snoop? Back in the day, the reason why he called himself the dog is because he was a dog with the ladies. It's true. Now he's called a dog because he sleeps all day in a sunspot in the living room floor. Isn't that true? That's true, Snoop.
Now, if you were to write a book, what would it be about?
I would actually love to write a book. Take anything that people enjoy already, whether it's football or dancing or comedy, and turn it into a maths book. So if I was going to make a comedy maths question, I would say if 60% of Jimmy Carr's jokes are funny and 10% of the audience walk out when he does a gig, how many more shows does he have to do until he's paid back the tax man?
Proudly showing off the little urn. Belinda, I just can't understand how something so small can be so impressive.
Well, Mark, you would know about that. Thank you very much. Weather's next with Jane Riley.
Now, some of your critics would say, you know, there's a race for mayor. We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
Hey, I don't know who said that. You're the only one I heard say that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that. So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
with that comment.
Come on.
No, that was a piece of shit. You. That was a piece of shit.
You know, we're doing live TV
Man,
now.
I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare?
I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear talking to a rat piece of shit like you.
Come on, Mike.
No, because you're a piece of shit.
All right,
You really have to.
we're gonna wrap up this interview. Thank you for coming in.
So your Christian background is part of the show. Or at
Yes,
least
and
two
I wanted
episodes.
to talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far. You know.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel
that's
you were
probably
being
something-
disrespectful, or just you were just having fun with some of the crucifixes and stuff like that?
I don't even know what I mean, we did maybe 2 jokes about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? More so than my cartoon. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
You know what? Technically,
well, they just sort of kept moving them around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld. After it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
Why do you have 10 children?
I love kids.
I mean, you actually made 10 children, participated in the making of 10 children?
Yes, I did.
I know that this is not really germane, but it just blows my mind. And with how many different women do you have these 10 children?
About
I'll give you
4.
a second, just a second. I don't want you to make a mistake. I'll let you think about it for a second. How many?
About 4.
About 4? What do you mean
Yeah.
about 4? What does that mean, about 4?
About 4 of them, including your daughter.
What are you talking about?
It was just a joke, man.
Let me explain something to you, fresh mouth. I'm the only one who makes jokes. And I'm not
This
making
might
a
be
joke.
your show, but this is my episode.
No. You don't have, listen to me. You don't have an episode. Perhaps if you stayed in school a little longer and stayed out of the bedroom, you'd understand better.